Good morning, everybody. Getting ready to run it, 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 run it. Yep. Are you ready? Run it, run it, run it. Are you ready to roll with it, baby? Dun, 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 roll with it, baby. I have to watch the singing because as you sing, YouTube can be like, nope, you're doing too much with the music. You owe somebody some monies. And we don't want to do that when we pay for songs or have videos taken off just because. Um, just because headphones with mic. Okay, let's see what we got going in here. Up in here, up in here. Good morning, Lady T. How you doing? How are you doing? Making sure. What's going on there? Making sure we're open in all the places. Making sure we're up and running in all the places. Let's look at our chart. Let's go there first. Look at what happened yesterday. There's a lot that happened yesterday. Closing off this, we're going to the one screen. Let's look at SPX in itself. I believe I'm sharing. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Let me turn this to the 15-minute chart so we can see. Whoop, don't do that. There we go. Get rid of that. What happened yesterday in the market? This is the look of yesterday. I'm not sure if we can see that. Let's make it as big as possible so those who are watching us can see what happened. But this was yesterday. Kind of ran. We first of all we opened with a gap down yesterday. We had our 15-minute window here. This is our 15-minute. Nope, wrong one. This is our 15-minute window we were working with. Y'all can see this, right? This was what we were working with. Once it dropped out of this window, we basically were on our way for a breakout going this direction. It did kind of ride along the 200. This purple here is the 200 period moving average. It rode along the 200 for a minute and then it dropped just a little bit more. It ran up and this was around 230. So this is what happened here basically is what's called a bull trap. Y'all ever heard of that? This candle here is called what's called a bull trap. Okay, and that's because at 2:30 the announcement came out, or the meeting minutes came out after Jerome spoke at 2 o'clock, which was back here. Gave you we're gonna drop, we're gonna run back up. So whoever had jumped on puts in this area, they basically ran it back up to stop out whoever had stop losses put in place, because many times people who are buying put on stop losses. So if you put on, if they bought a put, let's say right here, and they had stop losses on, then they run the market back up in order to stop out these people or some of them, because everybody won't have stop losses. Some people will stop themselves because they get nervous. And then they hit a spot and turn back. And then notice it went down the rest of the day. So these people here who end up getting stopped out by this green candle actually would have been fine going some more this way. See what I'm saying? So this is market manipulation. Yeah. It's kind of where things get manipulated so they can, get people out so they can pay less people. But those who held on and rode it to the rest of the day got a few dollars because we dropped from 4,900 all the way down to 48.45. That's a 50-point drop that happened in the last hour and 15 minutes. We dropped 15 points. Yep, 15 50 points. Sorry, not 15. 50 points we dropped yesterday. So that's our open and our close for yesterday. The PDT hack people, if you had done PDT hack after the breakout, it would have looked like it might have been questionable. Might have had to wait a little while for your PDT hack to pick up, but it would have ended up paying off in the end, right? Those of us who had a few XLB, XLC, XLI, if you had call credit spreads in yesterday, uh, those are ready to close. Actually, two of mine closed yesterday, and then one of mine is ready to close as soon as the market opens. The only reason it didn't close yesterday was because I didn't have the close order. If I had the close order in place, it would have closed yesterday. Okay. The VIX is at 14.02. I believe we talked about at the beginning of this week that SPX was actually at a resistance zone. Let me go back to the daily chart because I remember us talking about this was Tuesday, this was Monday. We talked about Sunday. I think was might have been Sunday we would have been talking about this right here, which was what I said was an indication that we were probably going to be going down because this um, big wick at the top on this candle would have indicated some downward pressure. But it did take Monday to go up, which, sometimes we had some earnings on Monday, but not enough to really make this run like this. But this, again, could kind of fall into the manipulation category to push it up, knowing that we were going to get something to bring it back down. This was yesterday's candle. That right there. That right there. The range, 79 points yesterday. Whew, that's a lot. A whole lot. Okay, and then there's a huge gap. Let's put some lines on our gap. For those who trade SPX, and we do have people who do. This little dotted thing up at the top is what I had on put that on for resistance, and it went right into that little resistance area and turned around. So now this is a seller's gap. That's a seller's gap. That's now, this is the daily chart. We've dropped right to a buyer's gap. Drop right to a buyer's gap. Okay. It dropped right to that. We'll see what happens today, whether we open and go down some more. There's some more support underneath us, but we'll see how that plays out. CBOE volatility, the VIX 1401 is where the VIX is right now. It says it's down. Down a little bit means market may go up a little bit, but the market's down. So we'll see. Right? Basically, what we heard yesterday is there won't be any rate cuts soon, which people weren't too happy about that, which I was shocked they were saying they were going to have rate cuts 4 and 5 times this year. And they may have a couple, but it definitely won't be till later. Powell would like investors to treat good news as good news. Yeah, right. People want what they want. U.S. jobs cut more than doubled in January. Merck beats earnings on Keytruda sales jump. Musk pay drama is a wake-up call for companies. Qualcomm possesses sizable advantage for AI PC chips. Fed is supertanker that's hard to redirect. That's the truth. Judge dismisses Disney lawsuit against DeSantis when what the Federate's decision means for your money. Why Starbucks is rethinking price hikes. Yeah, Starbucks junk is already enough. It costs enough. I won't call it junk. Starbucks products cost enough. They, not trying to tell anybody how to run their business, but Wawa sell coffee for $2. Starbucks sells it for 6. And I lived in Guatemala, and I went to a finca, which is a farm. I went to a coffee finca de cafe, a coffee farm, and we went on this little tour, and they had the nice beans, and this is our premium set. We use these for our coffees. The Finca was Finca Philadelphia, and then they had this barrel of coffee that was like the throwbacks, the rocks. They had holes in it, bugs have been eating it. And I was like, well, there was a bunch of it though. And I asked, I said, what do you do with the coffee that's here? Not the stuff that you aren't going to use to toss it that looks like the bad beans. What do you do with those? How about dude said we sell at the Starbucks? He said we sell at the Starbucks and Burger King and those kind of places. And I was like, what? So in Guatemala, the beans, because that's Arabica, that's the perfect place for Arabica to grow, Arabica beans to grow. He's like, the ones that aren't great, we sell to the restaurants and to Starbucks and all. And I was like, what a trip. Anyway, back to the task at hand. All of our futures are green this morning. Dow futures is barely green, up 0.02%. S&P futures is green. NASDAQ futures green, 0.56. Oil is green. European markets 60-40. We've got the DAX is down. It's almost flat, 0.02. FTSE up 0.19. CAC is down 0.56. FTSE MIB up 0.15. Stock 600 down 0.04. European markets are mixed with Eurozone inflation. Bank of England in focus. BNP tanks 8%. The Asia markets is also 60-40 with red. ASX is down 1.2, Nikkei down 0.76, Kospi and Hang Seng are both green, and Shanghai is down 0.64. Hong Kong, Korea markets trade higher. India's Paytm plunges 20%. Let's look at our meetings today. Today's Thursday. Coming to the close of the week, it is February the 1st. It is February the 1st. This is my birthday month. I celebrate my birthday at the end of the month on the 28th. It's going to be a little bit different celebration this year, but we're going to celebrate it on the 28th either way. 7:30 this morning, we had Challenger job cuts. Basically, that looks like it didn't have a forecast, but it came in at negative 20. The last time it was negative 20.2. It was a yellow folder. Unemployment claims came in higher. They came hotter than usual. This is not good news. 224,000. They thought it was going to be 213. Preliminary non-farm productivity, preliminary unit labor costs, those came in red also. None of this stuff right here is good news. It's not good news. 9:45, we've got final manufacturing PMI. 10 o'clock, ISM manufacturing PMI. It's a red folder. 10 o'clock, red folder. 10 o'clock, red folder. All day, we got vehicle sales, and 10:30, natural gas storage. Tomorrow, we also have some red folders. So sometimes these, can do what they do. You got to keep that in mind as you are trading yourself. Okay, trade wisely. Don't need that per se. Let's go look at. We had earnings. We have earnings. Had earnings this morning. Altria, Peloton, Merck, Honeywell. Those are all this morning. Tomorrow, Sirius XM. Tonight, though, the big boys reporting this evening. Hey, Lisa. We've got Amazon reporting after market, Apple reporting after, Meta reporting after. I saw this big thing that somebody put in an order for like $2.4 million worth of Meta on the call side going up. Don't know what that means and what they know that other people don't, but Amazon, Apple, and Meta are reporting today. I don't see anything else in here. Skechers, Dockers, those are also reporting today. Tomorrow morning before the open, we've got Exxon, Chevron, AbbVie, Cigna, Charter, Regeneron, Granger, AON, and I forgot who this one was down here. Okay, that's what we got going there. Looking at Adams numbers. Yesterday, SPX saw the first dip since January 17th as we cool off after 9 days of a rally. Overnight, I posted the reclaim of 48.53, triggers along to 48.77, and we're a few points off. 48.65, 48.53 are supports. Likely pop to 48.77 and then react. Must reclaim to bottom. We must reclaim this 48.77 in order to let this be the bottom. If 48.50 fails, Then 48.35 and 48.16 are next. Okay, upper number would be 48.77 is what I see up there as the highest number. And 48.16 is the lowest number I see. If you're doing XSP, you got 488 on the call side, 481 on the put side. Hey, listen, if you're hanging out with us and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, hang out with us regularly. These are some trades we got in place for this week. I know this actually I did XLB as a call credit spread. I don't know where XLB is right now. Is it at, what is the price of XLB? This week has been a bit of a down week. It's at 82.21, which I think that is, where are we? There we go. XLB. 82.21. It's just in the midst of this. This is XLB is a little bit breached at the moment. I end up doing a call credit spread on XLB, XLC, XLB, XLC, and XLI or Y. I think I did I. I like the XLs because they're a composite of ETFs, so they have a lot of different things in them. There's a person in our community, I won't name him, Jamie, who always was after us to look at the XLs, and I didn't for a long time. I'm gonna be honest. Tell the truth, shame the devil. And then decided we were going to look at them more this year. So we started looking at them more, and we see there's possibilities. There's possibilities. There's lots of possibilities there. So we're using them, and we're making some money. We're using them like employees, making some money off of them. Okay. Did y'all see that Walmart is supposed to be splitting? Here, Walmart's supposed to be having a stock split coming soon. I think you got to have their shares by a certain time in order to split. But splits kind of can be weird in that you think it'll split and run up, and sometimes it splits and doesn't. It splits and goes the other way. I've seen that happen. So you're like, oh, it's going to split. People going to buy. Maybe they'll buy leading into the split. But sometimes after it splits, people dip, baby. They just decide they're good. Okay, we're good. Small account challenge is starting on Monday. We're actually going to meet on Sunday evening to make sure that we can get all of our guidelines and stuff, and we can talk about what the cat challenge actually includes and all the particulars. If you're interested in the small account challenge, you need to go ahead and get registered. Okay, go ahead and get registered. I have a Telegram group that I've already started putting that people are in, and they're starting to get resources as to how to get prepared to trade credit spreads for income. This is not just like a one shop. We're going to do it for a month and run to something else. No, we trade credit spreads every week, every day. We got folks who trade credit spreads on SPX and XSP every single day and make 10% a day. But you got to get to the place where you're comfortable with credit spreads before you go into daily expirations. So if you want to get more information, we're still getting some education. We're still doing our going left. And part of going left is educate yourself. Educate yourself usually includes an educator. Me. I want to help you. Okay? One or two strategies. Credit spreads can be used on everything. No matter how big the stock is, you can use credit spreads on it to your benefit. Get some education, use a coach, somebody, a trainer. Got fundamentals. How do you do? What are we looking for? How do you pick your strikes? What do you do if it starts to go against you? Do you do it for a week? Do you do it for 2 weeks? How do you figure your premiums? How do you figure your money? All of that comes with it, and that comes with education. And then we trade with a plan. We got a trading plan that we use. Okay, we got a trading plan. Yes, we do. I got confused just for a second there. Let's see where we're going. I didn't want to go there next. Let's go back to the charts. The charts. I know where I kind of want it to go. Let me see if I can get this to open up. Yep, that wasn't it. That's why it didn't open. Type it fast. What is going on here? Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, what are you doing? I have not created that. Oh, what? No, no, no. No, 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 no. Am I typing it too fast? Oh, that's what's going on right there now. Entree. This is no bueno. I think a swim don't want to open up. It don't want to open up. Okay, let me share my screen again. I'll give it a minute. I know what I wanted to look at. Who's got trades running? Anybody got trades running that they're concerned about, worried up with? Who's got? Who's got trades going that they're ready to close? They're thinking about opening. Thursday's a good day to open credit spreads also because you only got one day left for it. I like doing credit spreads on Wednesdays and Thursdays because you only got a couple days for it to stay going and you can, pull a decent premium per se. This is what's going on with AMD. This is what's going on with AMD. Okay. So we've got there's a gap there. I need to put another line here. That's a buyer's and a seller's gap. Wonder why I put that there. Because that's no longer accurate. There we go. That's a buyer's gap too. Looks like we're kind of in the middle. Let me turn my Bollinger Bands back on. Kind of in the middle of the Bollinger Bands, coming back to the neutral position. Right? May have an opportunity. This is a pretty wide band because of the volatility, but you could potentially look at an iron condor if you're looking. We've been going down now, so you may want to, well, this is an upwards candle, but we've been going down from here. Turn this black and make it solid. That's resistance at 183. I'm looking at AMD right here. And there's resistance at 178. Resistance at 183 and 178. There's a few gaps above here as well. Actually, I think this should go here. Okay. The gap here is a seller/buyer's gap. Anyway, there should be resistance at the top of it, which is a 171. There should be some resistance there. Lady T said, I'm signing up. I've been dragging my feet. I'm in Walmart selling this morning. Let's see did you have an iron condor, Miss Cheryl? Or did you do one side? I see looks like it was better as it's still inside this zone though. I see upwards movement, so a put credit spread would have been nice, but let me see what did we get for the what did we have on the strikes? We had 167.5 on the top and 160 on the bottom. 167.5 and 167. Well, it is still inside of that zone. Our trade was 167.5. That is what's the suggested CCS. And 157.5, 160 on the PCS. No. That's what the trade we had on. And at this point, it's at 165.25 or pre-market 165.92. So if you had either side, they should be ready to close. Something should be ready to close this morning. You had a call credit spread. Okay. That probably got a little nervous when it ran up, when it popped up to 167 up here. I'm not sure what strikes you have. Good morning, Patrick. Hey, Tanya. I need the Telegram link, please, to the challenge. Lisa, check your emails I sent you. In the emails, I sent 2 emails. They both mentioned the link to the challenge Telegram. Okay, that's what's going on with this. I guess this was yesterday. Today is today. This is today. It's 9:30. Ding 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 ding. The market just opened. The market just opened. I didn't even see that we had turned on ourselves. Okay. Yeah, that Walmart trade should be ready to close. Depending on what strikes you had, it should be ready. This is SPX. We opened at 48.67. Looks like that was the open here. Sorry, 48.61 it opened. Put us on to a smaller time frame. Take us to the 2 minutes. The dos minutos. Opened at the top of this Bollinger Band. Got a bit of a gap up that happened. The market likes to close its gaps. XLU, it breached yesterday. Is it back down now? Let's see. You had a put credit spread or a call credit spread? XLU was it's not on our list at all. What did you have? Oh, you had 62.5. Well, it's not breached right now. If you had a call credit spread, current price is at $61.10. So that trade is fine at this point. It is A-OK at this point. I have TQQQ from my PeakBot. My PeakBot trade is TQQQ. That's what I trade each day is TQQQ. I don't like that we're kind of going down here. I got to get my platform open so I can make sure we can close it off if we need to. AMD opened right inside of my Oliver zone, right in the middle of it. It opened in the middle. Well, not quite the middle, more like the top, but we'll give that some time. Oop, that don't look good. Okay. SPX still doing its thing. Let's see what Meta doing. Since folks putting their money on Meta, what is you doing over here? See what Meta looks like on the daily chart. Looks like there was a gap up this morning from 390 going on back up. What is this time? What is that green? I need to turn this back on. The green is the 9. Is it the 9? Let me go look. Got confused on what's on my chart. The 9, the 20, and the 200. So the green is, it says 50, but it's a 9. It's the 9 period. And the 20 is here. That was an old piece of information. Alrighty, we got any more trades we're looking at today? Your Excel, you should be ready to close, Lady T. See if I can get into my Thinkorswim this time. You doing? Yesterday evening, we did a question and answer session in our community. Got to answer a lot of questions about basically several things. Why should you widen the spread? Was one of the questions. What are the reasons for widening your spread instead of doing a 5 spread like on SPX? What's the reason why you would make it a 10 spread? That was a good question. We talked about some strategies that we use. We have a strategy we use in the afternoon for SPX. We talked about that. We talked about a couple of different strategies there. I don't think my account has moved. Something's wrong. Oh goodness, we did some charting. We talked about some indicators things on our charts because we know we're wrapping up Chart Your Way to 100K this Saturday. We're going to wrap that up this Saturday just before we start the small account challenge, just in time. And then I think for March, we're going to look at doing the Options 411 boot camp for newbies, where we'll bring in some more new folks and start bringing them through our processes of growing and teaching options. So that's always, if you got people that you know who want to learn options and you don't want to pay a whole bunch of money and you want a teacher who's going to be sure to train them comfortably, then let's show them on. That'll be in March though, at least maybe March. We'll see. I'm planning for March. Okay. E2T membership is always open and running. When you're a part of the membership, then you get access to all these little coaching things that I do. The 100K, Chart Your Way to 100K, you get that, as part of your membership. You also get like a part of the challenges, all the things that people have to pay for separately. The members don't have to pay for them separately. They get like grandfathered into those things. But the membership is $97 a month. You also get these morning calls, weekly training calls on Wednesday evenings, and once a month we do Saturday coaching. We also have a Telegram group where I'm hanging out and answering the questions and doing all the things. I'm there to help answer questions and help guide. Let's do our daily declaration so I can go ahead and get ready to go teach pre-calculus. E2T Trader's Declaration. I declare I'm a great trader. I declare I'm a successful trader. I declare I'm a focused trader. I declare my wins exceed my losses. My accounts grow more and more each week. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I always make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. I declare I'm a level-headed trader who does not trade my emotions. Lord, it's you who gives us the power to get wealth. You teach our hands to war with the purpose of establishing your kingdom. Help us today to trade wisely and strategically in order to fulfill this purpose. Give us more than enough so we can have what we need and enough to be a blessing to others. In Jesus' name, amen. Lady T says I'm in a meeting and I put in an order. Cool. That way you can go ahead and get your money off that, Lady T. Alrighty. I want you all to have a really good day. Make sure that you're watching your trades. Make sure that you're watching how those trades fit your life, right? Strategies have to fit your life. Alrighty. We do two things in this community every single day. We stay green and we get this money. I want you all to have a good, great green day. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.